So it leads to the question of, are we as media, as fans, are we putting too much pressure on Deshaun Watson? He struggled. Now, again, I personally had him as my Heisman winner. I had him winning the Heisman and almost putting up the exact same numbers as he did last season. Because honestly, I think if I was voting, I would have had Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, and Derrick Henry in that order of who winning the Heisman, putting in the votes. I didn't really think Derrick Henry should have won it, but it's over. It's whatever. So are we putting too much pressure? Or are there pieces of are there missing pieces that we are not seeing that are leading to both Deshaun Watson and the Clemson offensive struggles? Now, on Monday, Watson said he was having a hard time enjoying the start of the 26th season because of media obligations and expectations have weighed him down. This is what he had to say.
I just say I'm not Superman. I'm not a superhero, and I had a talk with Coach Sweeney this morning. I'm human. I'm gonna make mistakes. I started 22 games, and this is probably I'm 21-1, and this is probably my worst one. At the end of the day, we're 2-0. You live and learn, and you correct the mistakes. We could easily be 1-1 right now or 0-2. But at the end of the day, we're 2-0. We just learn from the mistakes and move on. And I just a reality check this weekend with myself. Just really enjoying it because I just really looking back at it, and Tim and those guys really know. My freshman year when I come to media, and I just kind of with y'all just apology because I think y'all can feed off too the negative energy that I bring to the media because I get it so much. It just kind of jaws on me, so it's just kind of like, I got to do this media over again.
Now, of course, Clemson, maybe not so much missing pieces. They're returning 8 starters from last season, from the offense. And they've struggled to pick it up where they left it off last season, thanks to a combination of mistakes, drop passes. I wouldn't really say the run game has struggled. I think Wayne Gallman has done a pretty good job. I think Troy, it's tough. Auburn might actually have a really good defense. So I know we like to joke on Auburn, but they might have a really good defense. Now, Watson, he was a Heisman finalist in 2015, throwing for more than 4,000 yards, rushing for over 1,000 yards, and has yet to really make a play, make the big-time highlight plays that we've been accustomed to seeing him. Now, Clemson co-offensive coordinator Jeff Scott said the message this week has been to tell Watson and the entire offense to just relax, and let loose against South Carolina State on Saturday. Deshaun Watson last week, 27 of 53, 292 yards, 3 touchdowns. Completion percentage scares me, worries me, just a little bit. Now, really, this is the point where we have to see something for the entire Clemson offense, and specifically since we're talking about Deshaun Watson, we've got to see something much better. I'm not saying he's got to be Lamar Jackson, who's getting 8 touchdowns and 6 touchdowns in the first half. I'm not saying that. All I want to see is a better completion percentage, and I don't want to come off as just a stat guy, but he really has to put up the big stats. It's South Carolina State. I mean, damn, I didn't even know they had a team. So they really got to put a high-scoring offense up there. If not, Clemson might not be ready for a Florida State team. Might not even be ready for a Miami team. Now, I know they crushed Miami last season, but Miami's a different team this year. ACC is a lot stronger. Louisville. They might not be ready for it if they continue to perform like they have been the past 2 games, and if Deshaun Watson, I feel bad because I like Deshaun Watson. Last week we talked to Matt Yustin, who's our draft insider, and he was saying how much he liked Kaiser more than Watson. Which is it's a great, it's an opinion, and a solid opinion, of course. I feel Deshaun Watson is still better. And I feel like maybe it's just going to take them a little bit. Maybe they entered the season with too high of expectations and automatically assuming they were just going to be good. They were just going to step in there, crush everybody they played, and repeat majority of what they did last season. I mean, they've got the target on them. While they now drop from 2-5, and no, they didn't win the national championship, though they were an onside kick away from winning it, it seems like they have the bigger target on them as if they did win the national championship, as if they are the number one team rather than an Alabama team. You know, we're not focusing on Alabama having that target on their back that everybody's going to give them their best shot. While they still are, I'm not denying that. But when you look at Clemson and Deshaun Watson, it seems like everyone is just going to give them the best they could possibly can because they want to be the team to knock off Clemson. So my question to you is, are we putting too much pressure on Deshaun Watson? I think we might have. That's why he's been struggling. And I hope they get it back together because when Clemson rolls and Deshaun Watson, it's fun to watch. It is fun to watch. So we'll see.